And now over to Springfield, where officers arrested 64-year-old Jose Martinez Vasquez last night in connection with a shooting that happened on Sunday morning. On Sunday at around 3:15 a.m., Springfield officers responded to Morgan Street for a report of shots fired. When officers arrived there, they found an adult male gunshot victim who was then taken to Bay State with non-life-threatening injuries. That alleged shooter was later identified as Martinez Vasquez, and then he was arrested in his apartment on Morgan Street at around 9 p.m. on Tuesday night. He's now being charged with assault and murder, in addition to several gun-related charges.